All right, let's go back to the engine case here. And I think there's just a couple of extrusions here that I'd like to add, like this one right on the side here. You can see that here. So if we're looking at it from this side, which would be here, it would be on this side. And then if we're looking at it from this side over here, it's over here on the right. Okay, so let's take this, let's tab into edit mode, and I just want to select a few faces, say something like this. It looks like it comes all the way to the edge here, so maybe we take these. And then back here, right here, maybe it doesn't go quite as far to the edge like that, so we don't have these selected. So let's try this. I'll hit E and just pull these out some. And then maybe move them out and up a bit. Then I could take some of these edges and just begin moving them around. I'll go back to global transformations and let's just move this back like this. And I could probably take this edge right here. And let's move these in a bit. Take this edge right here, or these faces, I should say. And do we want to extrude that out for this piece here? Let's do that. Let's just hit E and pull that out just a bit like this. And then we could take those edges, we could say take these edges here, give them a little bevel. I'll tab back into object mode, press Control A and apply the scale, and then let's press Control B here in edit mode and kind of pull that out a bit. And then we should probably begin closing some of this off. I don't really know how far we want to take this quite yet. We probably want to bring this back a bit, but we really don't know yet. So maybe I'll wait on that. But in here, we could go ahead and close this off. Maybe hit E and S and let's scale that down so it kind of closes that there. And then over here, we could do a similar thing. We probably need to select this and hit E and S and scale that in some. Let's try that just so it closes that area off as well. And then let's smooth it. Let's turn on auto smooth down here. And then maybe we could add a few bevels to this so the edges aren't quite so sharp. Like this area over here, that's a pretty rounded edge. So let's tab into edit mode and grab that edge and press Control B and pull this out. However, I think I wanted to go along here, so let's undo that. Let's continue this, Alt-click, Alt-Shift-click, and let's continue that on around to here. Do we want to continue it on through here? Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Okay, so now let's press Control B and pull that out. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's pretty good. This one here, let's do the same. Let's bevel this out a bit like that. And then over here, we should probably go ahead and give this some curves too. Maybe we could select this edge here and bevel it. And do we want to also do anything up in here? Let's see how this works. I don't know if this is going to work well since it's going into that cylinder there. This may not quite work, but let's give it a try. Control B, pull that out. It's not too bad. I'd like to maybe continue it on through here. Let's try this. So it's all the way around that. Let's just try. Control B, pull that out. See what happens. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then I think I'd also like to go ahead and close this area off. This one here, we should probably drag the auto smooth up a bit to clean up these edges right here without losing the edges in here. I think we can do that. But back here, I think I will go ahead and close this off. So let's tab into object mode and hit the division key. Actually, I'll select this one as well and hit the division key. So we have just these two here. And then if I select this, and press Alt-Z, we can see that outline. Let's hit ES and scale in. And maybe scale in the Z, SZ. Maybe move this a bit. So I'm just trying to get it so we can close this off. And then let's extrude one more time. I'll hit ES and scale in. And then to do this quickly, I think what I'll do is just fill this with a face and then triangulate it. So what we can do is we can hit the F key, and that fills it with one huge n-gon. And I don't want an n-gon that size here. I think I want to convert that to triangles. So we can come up here to face and triangulate faces, or Control T, and click that, and that'll turn everything into triangles. So then, now we have that closed off. Let's hit the division key one more time, and here we go. Now, I think I would like to take this edge here and give it a bevel, so let's press Control A in object mode and apply the scale, and then we can press Control B and bring that out a bit to curve that. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to see the back of this as we get more pieces in. It very well could be that we could come back and remove all of those faces if they're not going to be seen, if we're not going to be seeing any of that. But I just wanted to close that off for now. And then maybe we could select an edge in here. Let's try this and just select that with Alt-click, and let's try and bevel this, see if that does anything terrible. No, that's not too bad. And then one last thing I'd like to do, if we go back over to that image with the pushrod bases, let's see if this is one that we can see. Yeah, we've got little flathead screws on the base of these. So let's take one of these, let's say, and let's move that up into here. I'm going to grab this and press Shift-DZ and bring it up. Let's turn it in the Y-axis, RY90. There we go. Let's bring it back and let's try and put it in one of the corners here. Hit the R key here and scale it down quite a bit. Move it over and get it in place here. I'll switch to local transformations with the comma key. And let's see how this works. I'll click on the little blue square to kind of slide it in the X and the Y there. Maybe I'll turn it in the Z with RZ like that. And then we can press Shift-DY and bring that up here. Yeah, there we go. And then let's try this. Let's try bringing these over, Shift-DX, like that. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's not too bad. We could maybe move this over a bit, turn it in the Y, bring it up a hair. So just to get it so it sits on the top of those. And then maybe we could just take all of these and move them over to the other side. I'll press Shift-D, move them over here. Let's turn them and kind of put them in place. I may still have to go through individually and put them where I want them. So if you have to, you can just select one and hit the period key and zoom in, and then just kind of turn it the way you need it. Move it in just to get something there for each of these plates. So I think we've got that engine case pretty well in place. In the next video, we'll begin adding some more pieces in here on the side and just begin filling in a little more in the midsection of the bike.